Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you're well. Today it's Sunday. Beautiful weather again. Feeling a bit lazy today, so another salad today, guys. You know, the sun's out, it's warm. Gonna do some classic flavors, some classic summer flavors. I'm gonna do a Panzanella salad. So it's gonna be, you know, lots of summery stuff. So on a day like this, I've got some heritage tomatoes, I got some fresh basil, I got some grilled peppers, got some salted anchovy, olive oil. We're gonna make our own croutons with some ciabatta. So without further ado, I'm going to crack on with today's recipe. These are the ingredients you're going to need for tonight's Panzanella salad. For the croutons, you're going to need about 200 grams of ciabatta, 4 cloves of garlic, 1 teaspoon of oregano, and some olive oil. For the Panzanella dressing, we're going to need 400 grams of tomatoes, skinned, 2 teaspoons of red wine vinegar, 1 teaspoon of capers, 5 salted anchovy fillets. For the salad itself, we're going to need about 300 grams of heritage tomatoes. We're going to need about 150 grams of grilled peppers, 1 teaspoon of capers, and about 6 anchovies to dress the salad. Also, we're going to need some olive oil and some basil. We're going to start with the croutons, guys. So we're going to take our ciabatta and we're just going to cut it into large chunks. The chunkier the better. It doesn't have to be ciabatta. It could be sourdough. It could be whatever bread you've got, really. I just got some old ciabatta lying around. Much better than the bought stuff, you know. Any sort of old bread, you know, cut it into chunks, get it in a tray, bit of olive oil, some herbs in there, a bit of garlic, and then roast it off. This will keep for a couple of weeks as well. Once you've roasted it in the oven, this will keep for a few weeks in an airtight container. So we've cut our ciabatta chunks there. What we're going to add to that is, I would say, about 100 ml of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of dried marjoram, and about 4 cloves of garlic there. So I'm just going to get that a little stir. Just so all the croutons are taking on all that olive oil and all that dried marjoram. Just gonna add a bit of sea salt to this, guys, as well. Just a touch of sea salt. Generous touch of sea salt there. And then there we go. So I'm gonna put that in an oven, 180 degrees, for about 20 minutes. Croutons have had 20 minutes in the oven now. Beautiful, nice and crunchy, nice and crispy, nice and golden, and they smell fantastic. So that's our croutons. We're going to make a dressing now, guys. So I'm going to take 1 clove of garlic, put that into a pestle and mortar. I'm going to take half teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to start to grind this. Like I said, guys, I've had this in the kitchen for years, but I've never actually used it. I've probably used it more in the past week than what I have done in however long I've had it. So, garlic into a paste, like so. I got 5 anchovy fillets here, salted anchovy fillets. They're going to go in as well, apart from the glass. I panned that as well. Smells great, guys. Smell these anchovies are really strong. Salty anchovies are fantastic. So there we go. We've got a nice paste happening there. I'm going to add possibly about half a bunch of basil. So we've got garlic in there, anchovies in there, salt, and now the basil. We're going to use a whole bunch of basil for the whole recipe, but we'll use half a basil for the dressing. And then we're just going to pound the basil into a paste with the anchovies, the garlic, and the salt. So we're going to take our blanched tomatoes, guys. All I've done with the tomatoes is I have put them in some boiling water for 7 seconds, and then plunged them into ice cold water, and then the skin just comes off nice and easily. So we're going to grate out. So we got our tomatoes in there. Our tomato pulp, and I'll just give that another mash. So into that, I'm going to add our anchovy, garlic, and basil paste that we did in the pestle and mortar. I'm going to mix that up. I've got 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar here. I'm going to add that. Smells great, guys. It smells nice and fresh. I smell the basil, I can smell the anchovy, and that red wine vinegar smells great in there. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of capers. Mix that in. And we're probably looking at about, I'd say about 150 mLs of olive oil, guys. Into that, 150 mLs. And we'll just give that a stir. I don't need to season this because I added quite a lot of salt to the anchovies, so everything's nice and seasoned. So we're just going to emulsify that together. I'm just going to give that a little taste, guys. Wow. That's fantastic. So that's our dressing. So we're just going to prepare our tomatoes now for the tomato salad. Tomatoes have been washed. So I'm just going to take out the eye of the tomato, just like that. Not very nice to have the eye in there. Heritage tomatoes are in season right now. I think you'll get them from Isle of Wight at the moment, but we've got some English ones coming through, I believe, very shortly. So we're just going to cut the large tomatoes, possibly into quarters, like so. In a bowl, guys, because we're going to be dressing that with some basil and so on when we dress the salad. Beautiful. And we've got these nice little cherry tomatoes, different colours of cherry tomatoes. So we'll just half them. We've got some dittorinis there, and we've got some yellow cherries as well. So we're just gonna half these up like so into a bowl. So we're going to start to finish our salad now. So we have our croutons that have been roasted in the oven for 20 minutes. What I'm going to add to this, I'm going to add the charred peppers. You can do fresh. These ones are jarred. You know, the little anti-pasta jarred grilled peppers. So it's about 150 grams, guys. I'm going to put the peppers in there like so. I'm going to add the dressing. Now what the dressing will do, I want the croutons to just sit in the dressing for about a minute or so. And what will happen is the croutons will soak up all the dressing, and it'll soften up the croutons a little bit as well. And this smells great, guys. I can't tell you how great this smells. I've got the basil, I've got the anchovy, it just smells amazing, guys. So we dressed that. I'm happy with that. So with the tomatoes which I've prepared here, I'm just gonna add about half of the basil that was left over from the bunch of basil. I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil to this, just a little bit, and then just give that a little toss. Little pinch of salt, not too much, because remember we've got all that salted anchovies from the paste that we made in the pestle and mortar. Beautiful. So here we have our croutons and our peppers. So that's just soaked up nicely, and you can see it. You can see what's happening there, guys. I'll just put it up to the camera. It's the dressing soaking up into the bread. It's softening up the croutons a little bit. Smells great. So I'm going to dress the salad now, guys. So I'm going to put my croutons in there. So croutons are on. On top of that, I'm going to add my tomatoes. And this is enough for about four people, but this is probably a starter size, guys. Like I say, it's a really nice evening out there, so I just want to enjoy the rest of the evening in the garden. Finish off this salad. Tomatoes on. Tomatoes smell great as well, guys. Tomatoes smell fantastic. And the colours as well. The colours on this salad are amazing. We've got the yellows, the reds, the greens. Lovely. So, to finish this off, I'm going to put some few caper berries on top. About a teaspoon of caper berries. Like so. And a few more anchovy fillets. Just wherever you want to put them on the top there. I've always got a few tins in the cupboard. They're just handy to have. They're great to cook with as well, you know. So some anchovies on top of there. I'll just put that oil in there. Waste nothing. Then I've got a few bits of basil leaves on there, left over just to garnish. Like I say, guys, it smells great. So, little touch of olive oil on top, like so. Just a little pinch of salt. Little pinch of salt there, guys. Give that a little clean up. And there we have it. That's our Panzanella salad for tonight's dinner. So as always, guys, stay safe, stay home. God bless, and I'm gonna eat this with the family. Smells great. See you tomorrow. Bye.